Hey guys, just warming up, getting ready to do our video. We're gonna be broadcasting on the podcast today. This is Share Bear. She's just chilling with me. Hey, Share Bear. She can sing. Good girl. Hey, me baby. She's only a baby. She's so smart. Oh, my baby Share Bear. Hey, Share Bear. Let me adjust the light. We'll go for that. Keep it a little bit lower. That ought to be perfect. Look at her. She looking in the camera. She just finished drinking some water and eating food. So right now she's just like still in that mode. We just went on a run. We were just having some good experience. And she's been in the cage all day. Since I got out, I was at work. She's been in the cage. You me baby. You me baby. I'm so happy to have her every time I come home. She make me so happy. Oh no. Her mouth is wet. And so I can't allow all of that. She loves to be with me. She does not want to go anywhere else. She just wants to hang out. She don't want me to do nothing, and she don't want to be nowhere else. She just wanted to be us two. Just the two of us. We can make it if you can. I don't know. Hey guys, this is Kavosky Irvin with X Do Science YouTube channel and X Do Science X account. This is going to be a podcast and video about our book club. So we're going to be Humans of the Ocean Science book club on the Humming Pod. We will be going live on the Humming Pod in just a bit. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this and open up this line so we can start our podcast as we film this video for YouTube. It's been quite a while since I've done my video for my YouTube with my podcast for the book that we will be studying, or we are studying currently, which is this book right here. Let me see. The Interruption of Everything. Let me see. When I do that, it really changes up everything. The Interruption of Everything by Terry McMillan. Right now we are on chapter 13. Let me go ahead and I hope y'all are having a good night, a good day. I've had a beautiful night and day working. I slept well and then I worked well. So I'm happy about that. Chapter 14? Hold up. I took notes on 14. Let me see. Page 178. Let me see what that is. That's all the way up to chapter 15. We are far behind on the book club. I plan on being finished with this book close to the next 2 weeks, but I think it'll go about 3 to 4. Hey, I think it'll go about 3 or 4 weeks. Get back. She need to back up. See, she all in my space. Won't let me breathe. I need to breathe so I can record this thing. I need to breathe, baby. Let me see. All right. What we got? Chapter or page 134 was I haven't been in the book as much as I was in the beginning because I've opened up a couple more books so that we can get the book club a little more open. I don't want to just focus on this one book for the next 3 weeks. I want to start to open up more books as well. So I've been looking at other books at the same time. And here on page 34, this is where, or 32 is where we were, and then 34 is what I have to look at. So give me 1 second. It says, "Oh, stop it, Marilyn. You and Leon could have this whole house to yourselves." Um, we go after this page. Let me see. I'm looking for one specific thing. I believe we finished out page chapter 12 well, and I'm gonna pick up right at 13. Is it? Is it 13? Let me do it. No, we looked into 13, so we're halfway through 13. Considering what all you've been through. Oh, I did make it to 14. Made it to 14, so that's what it is. I made it to 14. On January the 9th, I made it to page or chapter 14, and basically we'll close out. She's over there eating. We'll close out. I'll start out at the end of 13, and then we'll open up 14 and finish it out there. So we'll do that for now. Right now it is 1:29 a.m. on January the 28th, and I'm gonna open up the podcast so we can start that as well. Get us a new episode going. I want you guys to start sending in questions, sending in facts as you go purchase your books of copies of the Terry McMillan's The Interruption of Everything, a novel, and such a beautiful cover. I love this cover. It makes me think of a movie. It makes me think of something very scenic. When I look at the cover, it makes me think reality. It taps me into reality, and a woman on a mission. I love the cover. It's beautiful. Go get your copies. When you if you have the hard copy, it's such a beautiful yellow. It has Terry McMillan's engraving, TM, right there. And then on the side, it's so beautiful. My copy is published by Viking. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm just so as I keep looking back because I'm so my puppy amazes me every time. Like almost every day, she amazes me, and I really love raising her. She's so sweet. She's a sweet, sweet puppy dog. I love it. I love it. Sweet, sweet puppy dog. Okay, and I have the podcast about to be opened up. Just a little more time, and we'll be going 100%. I just want to make sure everything is just right before I really start up the video. Let's see, maybe I'll bring this down. Let's see what we got here. Maybe I'll turn this slide up. Okay, we'll keep this one. Hey guys, that's it. Let's go. I think that's a good gradient for the podcast. So we'll straighten up right there. I don't know what she just threw. She just threw this little ball at me. She's crazy, dude. Like I don't even know how she threw that thing over here. She is wild. I don't know what she's doing. She shouldn't be able to throw stuff like that. She need to sit down and just eat her stuff. Hey guys, this is Kavosky Irvin with the Humming Pod. We are tapping back into our Humans of the Ocean Science Book Club. We are on chapter 14, but what we're going to do is we're going to zoom out of 13 and into 14 so we can see the build up or the closeout and intro. of the last and new chapters. So I hope you guys had a great day. We've been doing so much. We've been having so much fun. All these new things are occurring. And as you know, I've started up the YouTube channel X Do Science, and I should do something so that you guys can find my YouTube and Twitter channel and account through my podcast, which I believe it's best to stream the podcast through Audible or Apple Music or not Apple Music, but Apple Podcast or Amazon Music, or you got other browser styled podcast options. So you just type my name, Kavaski Irvin, on the Google browser or Bing browser or Safari browser, Kavaski Irvin, and you'll be able to find that I have a podcast. It'll show you in one of the top the like top little thing, like whatever searches. So once you see it, it'll be pretty easy for you to find me. So I should do something for you guys to be able to see my Twitter account a little easier, because that'll help you guys. So my question or the things that I say, so they'll pop up easier for you. So yeah, as I'm looking here, it pops up super easy. All you have to do is a few things, and then you get all the information that I tell you. You'll get it immediately. You won't have to do anything. You'll just find it. And as I'm looking on here, I notice that there are all sorts of different people who aren't me on this stuff popping up when I type in Kavaski Irvin. So I guess since my name is kind of good on there or whatever, it works and stuff. I guess people, how it's popping up other people who ain't me. I guess I don't know what that is all about. My name is I'm Kavaski Irvin. These people are just they ain't got nothing to do with Kavaski. I'm me. They don't have nothing to do with me, and so they don't need to be popping up when I do my stuff. On Audible, it's giving me an option to show you in Spanish my podcast. So I need to start learning Spanish so I can help you guys know stuff that if you're in Spanish, I need you to know this stuff. So so you can get it going, cuz this is really important. Man, okay. We also got like a player.fm option. We got more options. That's really good. That's super easy. I found that in 2 seconds. And you can go there. That's very good. So, Humans of the Ocean Science podcast. Basically, let's get right into the book with Terry McMillan. Okay, I know I'm just talking because I'm excited. I'm excited. So can I let the brother be excited, man? I'm excited, dude. Let me be excited a little bit, okay? Everything ain't got to be about hard work, man. Sometimes we got to have a little fun out here in life. I'm finna go ahead and close out this last chapter with where it says, Spencer, please put Brianna back on the phone. Apparently he heard me and understood. Hello again, Miss Grimes. I'm sorry. I apologize for Spencer, but he's really out of it. Anyway, what he was trying to tell you was that they've had to put this apparatus called an external fixator on his wrist, and he's got these metal-like rods holding his bones together. You mean inside or out? Well, both. You can see where they go right through his skin. Oh my God. And how long will he have to wear this? 8 weeks. When can he leave? We're not sure yet if he's going to have to stay here all night, but he's probably not going to be able to do much traveling tomorrow. I wouldn't think. But why don't we do this? As soon as the doctor gets back, which they just told me won't be for another 4 or 5 hours because he's got another surgery scheduled, I can have him call you and explain everything and see what he thinks is best for Spencer to do. How's that sound? Okay, this is page 154. Brianna and Marilyn, Mrs. Grimes, which is the mother who's just found out her son was in a accident trying to be Mr. Bad, Bad A, trying to show off for the people. He done broke his wrist and he's getting surgery. He acting crazy because he's on this medicine. So she started out yelling, "Spencer, get out the phone." Put Brianna back on the phone. And then it goes this. It says, "Aren't you supposed to be at work right now? I wasn't feeling very good this morning." "Well, that's understandable," she says, heading back towards Snuffy's bed, "considering what all you've been through." See, Brianna is showing herself to Miss Marilyn Grimes that she's a woman. She's caring for her son. She's considering her situation and handling the business, handling herself. So this beautiful, sweet, awesome young girl is being so amazing in the eyes of the mother of the boy who's just broke his arm. He is irresponsible. She's being responsible. This is beautiful, and the mother couldn't ask for a better girlfriend for him. That's the end of chapter 14. Here's the beginning of that's the end of chapter 13, and here's the beginning of 14. That's not a motorcycle I hear on the other side of that wall, is it? I'm on my way. I'm in my workshop where I've been killing time for the last 3.5 hours waiting to hear from the doctor, where I mindlessly threw together 2 ridiculous pillows that weren't worth stuffing. I wouldn't even give them away, which is precisely why I tossed them in the trash. I have no idea what I'm sewing now. When the door from the garage opens, my foot freezes on the metal machine pedal. That better not be him. My hands drop into my lap and I just sit there. Maybe Leon's going crazy or something. Then I hear this. He said, "Knock, knock. Who is it?" "It's me," Arthurine says. Wow. Okay. Then it says, "Leon came home from work a little early today. He said he wasn't feeling good either. Maybe you both are coming down with the same thing. I'm staying away from you two, that's for sure. There's a trip to Reno next week that Brazil has invited me to, so I can't afford to get sick." Huh. That's page 155. Okay, so Arthurine's telling her about these things, and it looks like at the bottom of page 156 is where Arthurine and Marilyn end their dialogue and their conversation. And then it says, I'll pick in right there where it says that. It says, "Go ask your loving, caring, thoughtful Mac Daddy son." That's where she tells that to Arthurine. She looks terribly confused, and I didn't mean to do or say anything to her about any of this before Leon did, or at least until the air cleared and I got my bearings. But she cusses. Things happen. She turns and walks away. I call Paulette on the boys' line. "How you doing?" I asked. "Marilyn?" "Yeah, it's me." And then Marilyn calls up Paulette. Wow, it says. And so they start to do a little talking. She says, "No, it would be nice if it was that simple. Is it Leon? You always were clairvoyant, Paulette. What has he gone and done? Wait, let me guess. Told you he's leaving because he's bored, and now that the kids are all grown up, he realizes he missed out on the most exciting time of his life because he got married so young and has been overburdened with the demands of it all, and now here's his one chance to get it back and have some dang on fun before he dies as an old man. And of course he has met some sweet young thing completely by accident, because of course he had no intention of cheating on you, but she was the one who put the radar out and came after him, and he couldn't believe it when he did resist to her advances." But this is page 157. This sentence goes on all the way, until the bottom of the page, and he said, and he's sorry for hurting you because of course, he still loves you. Is that about right? I want to cry, but I'm laughing too hard. That's what Marilyn says. Man, this right here is beautiful. Have you ever had friends who just know how to talk to you? That just know the right things to say? You ever had the friends that just know how to pry and not pry? Those types of friends we all need. I got friends like that. I hope you got friends like that. They know how to pry but not pry. They know how to love but keep it funny. That's what you need. You need people who know how to make you laugh and cry. And that's what it says. I want to cry, but I'm laughing too hard. So that's beautiful, guys. That is page 157 of the Interruption of Everything. Oh man, that's just it couldn't be no better than that right there. I love it. I've been through this once, and that's all, and that was all it took. You don't know how many women have come into my store spending money like crazy because they're depressed and feeling hopeless and ugly, like they've outlived their usefulness because their husbands have surprised them with this very same way. Their husband surprised them with this very same way, you see? And then we're not going to dive into this dialogue because you can see this is some of the most helpful dialogue that we can see. So I want you guys to get your copies, go look at this dialogue, which is on page 157 and 158. And she closes out and says, "Are you okay over there?" "Oh, I'm fine, but this is the kicker, Paulette. At first, I get in my car and leave, and then I turn that sucker around and drive back up that hill and march in there and tell him since he's the one who wants to leave, then he's the one who should go. So he does. This is after I threatened him, of course. But guess what? What, girl? The MF came back home. Home? Yes. He's upstairs right now. Doing what? I don't know." And then she started talking about Arthurine a little bit. She said, "Shut up, Marilyn. I know you're just upset, but why did he come back, I wonder?" So here is the real part, the juicy part. I ain't even want to read this because this is where the girls get to doing their thing. I don't even want to know what they finna start talking about. They is some crazy girls. These girls be talking about some stuff. And then we're gonna skip out. I'm gonna go to the bottom of page 159 and say, "I won't. Just remember, sometimes what looks like the end is really the beginning." The beginning of what? That's so from page 157 to 159, the girls go in. And that is the book club for you. Man, see this dog done found my money and everything. I don't even know how she found this stuff. She done got she got a shoe, she got my money, this dog got me going crazy. Hold up. Now we're on page 159, and we're working our way towards the end of the chapter, right? And so on 159, it says, "The beginning of what?" And we'll close out, and we want to say, let me see. "I don't want to go upstairs, but I go anyway." This is where Marilyn is about to go find what is going on with Leon. Let's see. "Spencer's going to be fine," she say. "Yes, son, I think that's great. An agent?" And then he says, "So I guess Leon's been on the phone with his son. Maybe maybe Spencer and Simeon." And it says, "I'll call him back," I say, "because I don't want to follow up on half of what he just said. Sim, Mom's a little shook up and out of sorts. So she so said she'll call you back later. Okay, I love you, son. He puts the phone back into the cradle and looks at me. I look at him. I'm sorry, he says. I'm glad to hear it, Leon. That should pretty much fix everything then, huh? No, but I really didn't mean some of the things I said. Yes, you did. You meant every word of it, and it's okay. I meant what I said. I didn't intend for this to happen like this, Marilyn, I swear. I already knew the whole spiel, so don't even bother repeating it for me, Leon. This is a conversation that was very necessary. He says, at the top of page 161, he says, what spiel are you talking about? Middle-aged men going through a midlife crisis and using that as an excuse to do whatever they feel like doing. He said, I was going through a midlife crisis? It's pretty obvious, Leon. No, not to me it isn't. Of course it wouldn't be. What are some of the symptoms? Overt stupidity, promiscuity, regressive behavior. How would I know, Leon? All I know is what menopause feels like. All men don't go through it, do they? I just told you, I've got enough to worry about. Look up your own stuff. I don't buy into that crap. Anyways, I still haven't heard from that doctor. He called while I was on the other line, and he says, so this is a big conversation between Marilyn and Leon. This is a very necessary conversation that they're having right now. So and we're gonna go to the bottom of. We're gonna skip over and look here. Let's say I can't just change Lovey's appointment, Leon. We've been through this once before, so I'm not even going to go there. Spencer's been taken care of, and I need to make sure that the same thing will happen for my mother. Well, I'll be here for him. Don't you mean them? No. So what you supposed to do? Propose we do now, Leon. Just pick it up where we left off this morning. I'm not sure. I can tell you right now that my answer to that question is very unequivocal. No. Look, Marilyn, I'll be honest with you, okay? I think we could both use a break from each other, a breather, to maybe get a better perspective on what we have or don't have. Okay, that's a good spot to end it right there. And then you say, she says, we go down the bottom of page 162. She says, you know, Gordon stopped by right after you left, and you'll never believe that you never believe this, but he just bought a house right down the street, and Lord have mercy, he looks so dang on good. I wanted to lick him. And then she said, he was good, you know. In fact, maybe I'll videotape it so you can see how it's supposed to be done. We know what's being talked about here. I'm not even going to, I skipped a lot in that paragraph, but you know what she's talking about. She is a mess. Marilyn is trying to get up under that boy's skin, dude. She's trying to get all the way in there. That boy, and she doing a good job. But Leon is also holding his own, so he play a maid, so you know he doing a good job. And then he says, "Don't do this, Marilyn." Why not? You did it. Okay, you have a right to throw acid on me, but what I want to say is that I accept responsibility for what I've become, a boring middle-aged man who forgot how to live. I could use some lessons on how to reconstruct myself into being the man you married, the man I know I am. And just how do you propose to do that? I'm going away. Really? On Monday. Frank and I are going to Costa Rica for 4 weeks. Costa Rica for 4 weeks? That's a whole month. Is this some kind of conspiracy? Not at all. Well, it's been carefully planned. That much is obvious. No worries. Go away. Anywhere you want to. Just think. A whole month to spend with your cheating but almost divorced homeboy. Actually, he's back at home. You mean to tell me Joyce took his salary behind back? They do love each other, Marilyn. They've even started to going to counseling. In fact, I forgot to tell you that that Saturday is Frank's birthday and Sunday is their 25th anniversary. So they're having a big party. We have to go. No, we don't. Okay. Here it says, well, anyway, last year Frank's brother Abe and a group of his buddies, all went down there for a whole month. To do what? Find themselves. Don't you mean lose themselves? That's page 163. This is page 164, where we're talking about these things between Leon and Marilyn. And let's see. So she wants to move. She wants to move over there where her boyfriend lives. And they're talking about Arthurine there. He's not her boyfriend. He's her boyfriend. Isn't that place more like a nursing home for people who have medical problems? No, it is not. It's an apartment complex for seniors. And according to Arthurine, Prezell is not handicapped in any sense of the word. Okay. Let's see. That is not what you said, Leon, but it's okay. I'm not just talking about going back to school. Anyway, I'm exhausted. I'm tired of talking, and please don't even think about sleeping in this bed tonight or any of the remaining nights before you leave. I won't touch you, Marilyn. You know that. I know that. Why start now? But do this, Leon. Show your mother some respect and try not to make her feel guilty because she's still got feelings. Prezell is a nice man, and she would be much happier over there. How soon does she want to go? The waiting list is long, so it could be months, but don't let this news stop you from leaving. If I have to, I can deal with Arthurine, or better yet, maybe I could leave and you two could stay here and then you could bring your girlfriend. How's that sound? I told you she's not my girlfriend. Then what is she? A good friend. This is page 166. She ain't my girlfriend. What is she? A good friend. She's my good friend. That boy is crazy. Terry McMillan, you are something else. I love this book so much. She's not my girlfriend. What is she? A good friend. A good friend. Do you sleep with your friends? No, not usually. I would love to sucker punch him if I could do it hard enough to hurt. Whatever. This is funny, dude. So you don't have to worry about cooking. Excuse me? You can even choose the restaurant. Huh. What would make you think want to have dinner with you after what you've been through today, huh? He's shaking his head. No, like a little kid. Huh. Um, Marilyn's being funny. She's being quite coy and using things against him. Huh. They're talking about ordering Chinese food and this and that and the third. And it says it says smacking her. She's a crazy puppy. She loves play fighting and different stuff. She's really tough. Okay, back to the book. One page 167. It says, um, Marilyn, that's not a very nice thing to say. Who's trying to be nice? It says, that is not what I said, and it's not what I'm doing. What kind of research? I'm talking about research, something crazy. And that's not really none of your business. I'm just curious. I've never heard you say you're going to research anything. I'm about to explore my options. Good, because that's really all I'm trying to figure out too. I hope to be a better man when Frank and I get back. Seriously. Then you're going to need a whole lot longer than 4 weeks. She's still throwing shots at Leon, but I think Leon is really going to try, and I also think that Marilyn truly does believe that he could change if he goes, but she's just being that way. Okay. Chapter 15 picks up and says, I do not order Chinese. I do not research craft fairs or how to sell anything on eBay. If I were a man, I'd probably go down on MacArthur Boulevard and get myself a prostitute. But I'm not a man. I'm a woman whose shoulders feel heavier than any man's right now. I have to get out of this house. Arthurine's television is blaring, and I pray she's in there sound asleep. The house is dark, and I don't want to turn on the lights as I tiptoe down the stairs. At the garage door, I turn off the chime and get in the car. I roll down all the windows and open the sunroof, even though it's cold outside. I don't care. I understand that vibe there. Even though it's cold outside, I still open up the sunroof and just chill. That's a beautiful vibe there. So, guys, this is chapter 15, page 168 of The Interruption of Everything by Terry McMillan. I hope you have your copies. We're opening up this chapter where we're closing out 14, opening up 15, and they talked about ordering food, and Marilyn just continued to throw in his face the fact that he has a little girlfriend, and how he's just so set on having a whole side piece. It's not cool. It's not cool for him to live that life and treat her like that. She's a good woman, and you got to work through things in a marriage. You got to work through things. Don't go out stepping out and being that way if the woman is doing good and her best. You got a beautiful woman like this, make her happy. Don't tear her down, dude. Here's page 168. It goes in even more. She's where we're talking about the car ride, and she's talking about the little things in her seat. And she's in the detail here. Everything that Terry McMillan does in this book is just fine work. So I'm not going to be reading all of these things on the podcast and on the YouTube channel, but everything that she does is worth watching and reading. It says, let's see, I'll go. We're talking about, I'll tell you what we're talking about. She says she plays played the only CD in here. Okay, she's and sing along with Jill, Alicia Keys, and Etta James, Santana, Moby, and Ben Harper. In the Caldecott Tunnel, everything sounds louder, and I scream at the top of my lungs because I remember reading a long time ago that this could do wonders in reducing stress and anger. When Sarah McLachlan, Sarah McLachlan sings the song from the City of Angels soundtrack, I see Meg Ryan. Okay. So we're talking about the CDs and the different things. At the Lafayette Hotel, I get off the freeway. I do not know why. The car seems to be driving me where I'm supposed to go. The hotel looks like a small modern castle, all terracotta and white stucco. It does not seem to fit the location it's in, but there are hundreds of homes nestled in the surrounding hills. I could pretend I'm in England, and before I know it, I'm at the entrance. Checking in, ma'am? A young blonde kid asks. He looks like a surfer. I am, I say. Do you surf? Absolutely, he says. Are your bags in the trunk? No, I don't have any. I hear you, he says. Well, registration's right inside. I'm pretty sure we've got plenty of rooms this evening. I give him a $10 tip. Blah 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 blah. White plantation shutters cover the windows. The comforter is fluffy and white. It's okay. So we're talking about the environment. Let's see. I have just made history. This marks the first time I've ever spent the night away from home alone in almost a quarter of a century. I pray Leon is freaking out. Hmm. But then what? In fact, maybe I should find some exotic place to go where I can dig up my soul until it rises to the surface. But then what? Order breakfast from room service, orange juice, decaffeinated coffee, eggs Benedict, home fries, eat all of it, and read USA Today. Let's see. Some talk show is on, and I can't believe when seconds before they go into a commercial break, the topic of today's show is plastered across the screen. Can this marriage be saved? Oh my goodness. This is the part that we were waiting on. Okay. So, all right. So our podcast has channeled off at 30 minutes, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to pop the podcast back into effect. And we're going to pause this video here and start all